Hi and welcome along to AFTV Transfer Daily, the show that keeps you up to date with players that have been linked with a summer transfer move to Arsenal. Now starting off with Kieran Tierney of Celtic. Reports today that Arsenal made a bid of £15 million for Kieran Tierney, the Celtic left back. However, that offer has been turned down by Celtic. There are even reports flying around today that Arsenal also offered a host of players as part of the deal. They've offered Carl Jenkinson. There's been rumours that, of course, that Celtic have been interested in Carl Jenkinson. They offered Eddie Nketiah. They offered Emile Smith-Rowe. I don't know if these are loan deals or if permanent deals. I mean, I can't, surely not Eddie and Emile Smith-Rowe like outright. I don't know. I haven't got the specific details, but those are the rumours. But Celtic have said, no, we want money. We want up to £25 million for Kieran Tierney. They can see that he's a top prospect, and they basically said, no, we're not selling him for that amount of money. So will Arsenal return with another bid for Kieran Tierney? I mean, £25 million. I think that's quite a reasonable price. When you think about the money that, you know, Manchester United paid for, you know, the fullback that they bought from Swansea. You know, Kieran Tierney, Scottish international, player of the season, young player of the season in 3 years in a row up there in Scotland. You know, you can see what he's done. He's a proven player, even though still very young. Arsenal, get the money out and get these deals done. I mean, I know that there's a bidding process sometimes in these things. You start off with an offer, you know, it's part of the process. But come on, Celtic are not going to take £15 million for Kieran Tierney. It just adds to the frustration of Arsenal transfers. It's just forever like this. It just always seems like we're just so tight on the money. We just ain't got no money to spend. But I don't know, I'm getting frustrated already. I'm just talking about the first link. There's also rumours today about Hector Bellerin being linked with a move away to Atletico Madrid. Now, of course, Bellerin, we know, is still recovering from the serious injury, ACL injury that he picked up. And, you know, I was talking about a few days ago and saying that, you know, he may even return back late. He's not going to be ready for the start of the season. He's still in recovery from this. But hasn't put off Atletico. They want the 24-year-old, and they're prepared to offer fullback Vitolo in exchange. Vitolo played under Unai Emery at Sevilla, and, you know, had a very successful time there. As they know, he won 3 Europa League trophies at Sevilla with Unai Emery. So would Unai Emery be tempted by this? I doubt it. Vitolo now, you know, he's nearing his 30s. Hector Bellerin was playing very, very well, actually, up until he got injured. He was one of the bright spots in that team up until his injury. And I think they'll be keen to get him back. However, there are rumours that Arsenal would accept, you know, around about the £50 million mark for Hector Bellerin. And I doubt that Atletico would be willing to pay anything near that right now, especially like how he's recovering from an injury. But that is a big rumour that Atleti, they would like to bring Bellerin over to Spain. I doubt this one will happen, but it's out there today. Yannick Carrasco. Now, I spoke about this one yesterday, and I said about, you know, gave you the quotes from his teammate who went in. When I say went in, he went in on Yannick Carrasco, you know, having a go at him about how he just doesn't do anything in training, how he didn't turn up for a game, and basically just saying that he's so unprofessional and a diva, really, is what he was describing about Yannick Carrasco. Now we hear today that his club, Dilian Yifang, over there in China, have suspended Yannick Carrasco for missing that game. They're really angry about that game he missed, even though he said that he gave an apology and said that, you know, he'd missed a connecting flight. It's not gone down well, and he has been suspended. And Yannick Carrasco has reacted very angrily to him being suspended by Dilian Yifang. He tweeted, and this is his quotes, he says, "The attitude of some club leaders and teammates towards me is incomprehensible to me, given my commitment and performance with the team so far. The team needs me, he says, and I want to help the team. This problem needs to be sorted." It really is getting out of hand down there in China. He obviously wants to move out of the club. I can't see how there can be any future, any coming back for him after this. Do Arsenal now get in there with a bid and try and get Yannick Carrasco to Arsenal? Do you want him after seeing some of the comments that have come out? I mean, listen, he's obviously had enough down there, and he looks like, by the sounds of it, he's down tools. Dilian Yifang, they won up to £25 million for him. Does this weaken their position? The fact that they've suspended him, the fact that it's obvious now that he's going to leave. Remember, it's not just Arsenal interested in him. Arsenal had called their interest in him, but will this now mean that they may go back in, seeing that, you know, there's a chink of weakness down there and they could prize him away from Dilian Yifang? It's going to be interesting to see how this one plays out. There's also Ivan Perisic. Now, Perisic was linked heavily to Arsenal in January. It was said that Arsenal were going to go in for Perisic and try and get him away from Inter Milan and bring him in. There's a lot of people quite enthusiastic about it. He is, however, 30 years old now. So in footballing terms, he's coming towards the end of his career, you could say, you know, last 3-4 years. And Inter still want about £30 million for him. He is a world-class winger and he is a top player. Of course, you know, they got to the finals of the World Cup with Croatia. However, that sort of fee, I think, will put Arsenal completely off, although they were trying to get him in January. But I wouldn't expect Arsenal to move for Perisic, although his agent is putting it out there to anybody who wants to listen, that listen, come and get him. He's available. And he is quality. You know, he would add a lot of quality to Arsenal's team, but I think the age and the fee is going to go against him with regards to Arsenal trying to move in and get him. Now, Laurent Koscielny linked with moves away today to France. There have been previous links, of course, with Borussia Dortmund. Dortmund was said to be very interested in Laurent Koscielny. I don't know if that interest now would have sort of, you know, really gone away now that they've signed Mats Hummels back from Bayern Munich. But there's a host of French clubs interested in him. One of them are Lyon. Lyon very interested in the 34-year-old centre-back and are looking at the possibility of making an offer for Koscielny. Bordeaux are also interested in him, and so are Rennes. So those three clubs said to be interested in Laurent Koscielny. Arsenal said to want around about the £10 million mark. Could this happen? Could Koscielny go? If Koscielny goes, does that mean we then hold on to Mustafi? Will they let Koscielny and Mustafi both go this summer? It's going to be interesting to see if he does leave the club or not. And remember yesterday I did that poll asking you the question about some of the centre-backs that were linked to Arsenal. I wanted you guys to vote on it and tell me which centre-back you'd like to see come into the club. Let me give you the results of that poll. 19% of you said you'd like to take William Saliba. Only 4% for Mario Hermoso from Espanyol. 44% for Samuel Umtiti from Barcelona. Only 3% for Joachim Andersen from Sampdoria. And Presnel Kimpembe, 28%. So the winner was Samuel Umtiti, quite emphatically as well, by 44%. Arsenal said to be willing, if you read some media outlets, to make a bid of up to £50 million to bring in Umtiti. I know what you're going to say, there's only 40 million to spend. I think we've got to remember that 40 million, that's before any players are sold. And it does look like Arsenal will be looking to sell some players this summer. There will be some players leaving. And then remember as well, look at the amount of money that Arsenal have trimmed off of their wage bill so far this summer. It's said to be up to £400,000 a week. You know, they don't have Aaron Ramsey's wages no more. They don't have Danny Welbeck's wages, Petr Cech, who was up on £100,000 a week. So they've got a lot of wages have come off the wage bill. So that helps them in financial fair play. And also they will sell a few players. So could they go for a Samuel Umtiti? I think that would be a very, as you can see there by the poll, it would be a very popular signing. Could it be something that Arsenal can make happen? It would be a bold signing. It would be a statement signing. But are we going to make any of those kind of signings? That's going to be the thing. And talking about players, as I just said, the wage bill being trimmed and players leaving, Petr Cech, who we know left, he has joined Chelsea. Yes, we heard all the rumours just before the final, those mischievous rumours that I'm sure came out of Chelsea. He's been appointed the Chelsea Technical and Performance Director, and he's joined Chelsea, which has annoyed a lot of, I could see a lot of fans yesterday going ballistic on Twitter about this. I mean, you know what? I have no problem with it. Listen, the guy was at Chelsea for years and years and years. He came to Arsenal. He was always professional at Arsenal. He always did his job. We got him on the decline, but he did his best. And he's got to think about his future now. And Chelsea have offered him a role. Arsenal haven't. Chelsea have offered him a role. He's got to take it. I mean, I have no problem with it. You know, he's a Chelsea legend at the end of the day. He won titles at Chelsea. You know, I ain't got a problem with it. You know, he never badmouthed Arsenal, so it is what it is. Florian Thauvin linked with Arsenal today. Now, Florian Thauvin previously at Newcastle. Remember, when he was at Newcastle, had a very unsuccessful time of it. Very, very unsuccessful time of it. Went back to France, joined Marseille, and he has been a revelation at Marseille. Scored loads of goals last season. Won the World Cup with France as well. He burst into the French national team and has proved to be a brilliant player at Marseille. Marseille said to be willing to sell him, but they want up to £50 million for him. They're in a bit of a financial fair play problems, and they would be willing to let Thauvin go. That would go down with the Marseille fans. They're not like Arsenal fans where they just take these things sometimes, you know, very calmly. They will go ballistic, I think, if they was to get rid of Thauvin. But £50 million is a lot of money. It would be a good signing. Can't see it this summer at Arsenal when you think about the limited budget that we have. Maybe Lucas Vazquez from Real Madrid could be a player that Arsenal could move for. Vazquez, of course, of Real Madrid, 27-year-old now, the winger. Good player, but getting very limited playing time at Real Madrid at the moment under Zinedine Zidane. And you've got to remember that it's looking like, you know, they could possibly bring in another midfielder there at Real Madrid. There's talk of them, of course, trying to get Pogba in at Real Madrid. And, you know, his time's going to be even more limited. The rumours on the cost would be around about £20 million. Unai Emery knows him again from his, I know I say this a lot, but he knows him from his time over there in Spain. Vazquez is a good player, experienced player. Would Arsenal be willing to fork up the £20 million to bring him in? He'd be another alternative player that you could put on that wing. Again, it's early in the transfer window. Who knows? Marcus Schubert, who we all thought was going to Schalke and still could go to Schalke. The goalkeeper from Dynamo Dresden, available on a free transfer this summer. However, his girlfriend, there was the Instagram post that I showed you the other day where she said she was off to London. She had another Instagram post where she's in an Arsenal kit. Again, I think it was AFC stuff who picked up on it on Twitter, and they screenshotted it. And again, is this a sign that Marcus Schubert could be signing for Arsenal, or is it just all trickery and he will be on his way to Schalke? We'll have to wait and see how that one develops out. And Arsenal linked to a youngster today from France, yet another one. Bilal Hosseini, his name is, of Nancy. He's only 18, another winger. Arsenal said to be interested in bringing him in. There's been a lot of other clubs looking at him, Crystal Palace, Manchester City. He is a prospect. but probably wouldn't be a player that they'd be looking to bring into the first team, more a player that they'd be looking to assimilate into the under 23s with the, you know, point of developing him through to becoming a first team player. And talking of that, this next thing for me sums up Arsenal's transfer policy over the last few years. Players that we've let go. And we talk about this youth system, and also have a good youth system. I know a couple of the scouts at Arsenal. I know a couple of coaches, and I speak to them sometimes. They tell me about the great youth setup they've got. And maybe this summer is when we're going to see some of those guys like Reece Nelsons and Emil Smith-Rowe burst into the first team. I'm hoping that. However, Serge Gnabry, remember, at Arsenal, came through this, you know, we bought him quite young. He was coming through the system. Wenger sold him. He went to Germany, I think it was to Wolfsburg, then on to Bayern. Voted Bayern Munich's player of the season this year. You think of all the stars that they have at Bayern Munich. Serge Gnabry, once of Arsenal, voted Bayern Munich player of the season, also a German international at the moment. He was at Arsenal. And that sums up. And what did we sell him for? Oh, I forgot. He went for nothing. Frustrating in the extreme has been our transfer policies. These new guys that are in here now, they really got to get to grips with this. But it's looking at the moment like another frustrating summer. You know, the £15 million. We can't even put a proper bid in for Kieran Tierney. Couple of comments here. Jonathan Holroyd says, Umtiti is probably trying to convince Laka to go the other way, Robbie. Remember yesterday, when I was talking about Umtiti, I said that him and Lacazette were on holiday together at the moment in Miami, and I showed that picture of them all together, and saying that maybe, you know, Lacazette could influence Umtiti to come to Arsenal. That's a good one by Jonathan. He's saying that Umtiti probably trying to convince Lacazette to go to Barcelona, go the other way. He's probably right as well. And I'll go with this one as the last one. Mr. Paddy B 303 says, Kimpembe for £30 million is a much better deal than £25 million for Saliba, who has almost no top level experience. Good shout that. Kimpembe, of course, has played a lot of first team football for PSG and look good. But who knows who we're going to get. Thanks for watching the show today. Keep subscribing to AFTV, closing in on that 1 million subscribers. Thank you very much to everybody who's been subscribing. Keep it locked here. Looking forward to all the fans over there in the States, actually. Message to you guys. We're going to be coming over there on the tour. Arsenal are going to be playing in Denver, LA, Washington, Charlotte. We're also going to be going to Vegas as well. We might take a little trip into Atlanta. So really looking forward to meeting a load of Arsenal fans over there. Arsenal as well announced yesterday they're also going to be playing Barcelona in a friendly. I think they're going to be playing Angers as well. So lots of friendlies coming up. A couple of weeks to go before they play their sort of first friendly at Boreham Wood. Will we have any signings by that time? We'll have to wait and see.